Okay. Hi, I'm Ron Johnson of RJ's Farm, Horsemanship Communication. Today we want to bring you something a little different. We got a new horse in a couple days ago. Um, he's kind of a rescue rehabilitation kind of a thing through a joint effort. Previous owner, Lindsay, owner of Bagaduce River Equine Rescue, and myself, we're working together to take care of an issue that this gentleman has. His name's Red, and we can kind of pan over and have a look at Red. Red is he's listed as a Morgan Cross. He looks very saddlebredish, and he's very tall. I don't know his age exactly. According to the paperwork, he seems to be in the 15-year-old range. So his problem, the way it was explained to us, and it kind of is sort of that, but it's a different case of buddy sour. And so Lindsay, his previous owner, she had him and another horse and a donkey, and the other horse was her primary riding horse. And anytime she wanted to go anywhere, he'd lose his mind. And we experienced this yesterday when I took one of my horses out, walked by the fence. He damn near climbed over it. This is a 6-foot fence, and he was reared right up, and I saw the whole underside of his rib cage rail. So his desire to get to other horses is dangerous for him, and obviously it's could cause some destruction of property. So I had a session with him yesterday, and I learned a little bit about him. And it's not your typical buddy sour. He's not afraid to be alone. He's not worried. He seems to be more, if you understood what a narcissist is, then you would see he's the equine version of a narcissist. He wants control of everything in his life, and when things don't go his way, he throws a fit. And that's about the size of it, because he's not afraid to be alone. And I've done some stuff with him, and you know, yesterday the session went really well. And you know, once we started asking him to do stuff, things changed. And you know, not like I'm used to seeing in average horses, and yeah, the typical buddy sour, and I believe that's something that's in every buddy sour horse, but for him it's quite a bit different. He's totally fine with being alone. So I'm going to do a few things here, and if you've watched any of my sessions, you'll know that I use a flag a little differently than others. I don't use it for desensitizing. I use it for communication. And you know, if I'd have tried this yesterday, it wouldn't have worked at all. I did a little bit this morning, and you're probably going to see some problems because he's not all that wonderful. But you know, he's I'm lost for words at the moment here, but it'll come to me. So what we want to show you, you know, some stuff about, you know, how he is, and how he moves, and what he looks like from all angles. And we are putting together a progress video so that people can see. That way, you know, we want to really represent Bagaduce River Rescue in a really fine way, because they're doing a really fine job at rescuing these horses, and they put a lot of time and effort into rehabilitating and educating the public. And so this is our opportunity to bring an educational film to you. This isn't going to show you a whole lot, but it's to let you know that there is more coming, and to encourage you to look up Bagaduce River Rescue and see if you can get involved in some of their efforts. So again, his name is Red, And he's a very friendly and wonderful and sweet horse. And he wants to be a part of things. And, you know, sometimes he'll let you pet him. And, you know, Lindsay did tell us that he doesn't respect space very well. And I'll just keep him away from the camera here. Come on, move, go. He doesn't respect space very well. He'll back up like we're asking him to do now from the front, no problem. And I've experienced that as well. But she did say if you get beside him and he can bump into you with his shoulder, he will knock you over. And we've experienced that as well. So he needs to learn a little bit of respect and understanding. So yesterday I was in here with another horse, and everything I'm doing right now I did on another horse. And the main reason I did that was because he's buddy sour, and I wanted to see if he was going to attach and if we could get him to disconnect. Well, we got him to disconnect very easily. And then, as you could guess, getting him to join back up and follow was very easy as well, like I'm doing now. I'm asking him to follow me right now by my energy, which is sending energy into his hind, drawing it back out his forehead. So right here, I'm going to throw it into his hind and back out his forehead. You know, and so we did that yesterday, and that was reasonably easy, as you could expect. Buddy sour horse wants to be with another horse. But then when it was time to say, go away, go away, you know, he would go away and not even try to come back. And then when we tried to get him to come back, it was hard to even get him to look at us. So I'm working on getting him to understand when it's okay to be with us and when he needs to leave us alone and when we would like him to follow us, so that he fully understands basically a respectful societal nature. And when I say societal, I mean herd society. You know, because in the herd, if you're not respectful, unless you can dominate the one you're disrespecting, it's not going to fly. They're going to cast you out of the herd. So, and I think a lot of his nature is dominating. So, you know, when you start asking stuff of him, he just really throws a fit. And right now I'm not asking a whole lot. You know, I'm just trying to give him an understanding of when I want you to follow. And if you notice, I'm going to the left here and he's circling left. He follows better that way than he does this way. So I want to really talk to that hind. Now notice, he's following now, but he put me in his left eye. Right? So, and that's not uncommon, because we do a lot of leading and stuff from the left side. And so he's thinking about leaving. A little bit of energy out of this flag. Okay. This is all good. So, yes, any of this would have sent him out, and he would have been running for a little while until now he's learning a little bit of subtle energies. And he worked pretty hard yesterday, you know, trying to get away. And, you know, I'm not one to run a horse. I don't like to run a horse. But at the same time, when they are leaving and not even trying, then the energy needs to, I need to put as much energy into a reconnection as he's putting into escaping. But I don't want to do it in a dominating way, but I got to make sure he can't dominate us, right? So there's a fine line there. But, you know, here we have compliance and respect, keeping a distance, you know, and, you know, this is just, yesterday was our first session. He came in on Monday. We gave him the rest of the day off, and then I worked him yesterday. And, now this is kind of his session here. I did a little of this morning just to see how well it would work. It's working a whole lot better right now than it did before. And maybe he's wondering why I'm talking. I don't know. But so I'm going to kind of turn and ask him to leave me. And shoulder control for the leaving. And I love the fact that he just turned and faced me on that instead of just, oh my God, let's get out of here. So I asked that shoulder to leave because he's been dominating with the shoulder, bumping into us with the shoulder, and getting him to move away through the shoulder is kind of giving him an understanding of respect. So right here, I'm going to talk to that shoulder. Talk to that shoulder. There we go. And I'm going to ask for him back. And if he puts me in that left eye, I'm going to hit. Right? So, and this has been his issue. He's been very weak in that right eye. So here, I'm just going to keep putting energy into that hip, which also sends energy back around and pushes that eye back to me. And I want to reward him for that. So right here, what you're seeing is the basics of respecting the herd and the start of having a willing, compliant partner who is willing to connect to the energy flow of his herd. And right now, it's just two of us. It's not a very big herd, but if I need his attention, now I'm pushing on that hip, and he was in the left eye, so I want that left eye to come. So all energy goes this way into the hip, which also pushes the eye back. And then once the eye starts coming to me, I put all draw. So, you know, again, the respect in the herd. They need to be a productive member of society. And if they don't want to be, then they need to be shown that they're going to be cast out, you know, and the herd mentality is, if you want to be a part of the herd and in the safety of the herd, then you become respectful, you become a protector and a provider, and you do your job as a productive herd member. If not, then a stronger horse will kick you out, and being out all by yourself, knowing that you're a prey animal and that there are predators out there, you become wolf bait. And that's not comfortable. So I use that mentality to tell him, you know, if you want to be respectful, then I can allow you in with me. But if you don't want to be respectful, then you've got to go out there all by yourself. And by sending him out, he's going to build self-confidence because he's going to face his fears and worries. And he's going to learn to be the protector of his own. So right here, I just want to get his attention back. So he's walking away instead, so I'm just going to kind of stop him. All right, so I'm going to push on that hip, ask for that eye, and when it comes to me, I leave him alone. And so I'm just going to walk up and pet him and see how he feels about that. So he's looking away, so I'm going to draw. He's looking away, so I'm going to draw. And again, I'm in his right eye, so this might be challenging to get to him. But if he's turning away, he's saying, I don't want you near me. I don't want you to pet me. So I'm going to oblige him. I'm not going to do it. So I'm going to ask him, can you look? Will you come to my hand? Right? So right there, he's contesting. So he said, I'm going to do it because I know you want it, but I don't want to. Right? So I'm going to say, okay, that's fine. But can I prove myself to you? He's like, yeah, you know, I'll leave. I say, okay, you can leave. I'm going to follow. When you walk, if we're together, this is the energy I am going to be putting into you. If you would like to come to me, I will allow it. Can I pet you? Can I pet you? He's thinking maybe not. So here I might stay right here. Okay, he's looking, so that's good. I'll step. He's okay with that, so I'm going to back up a second. He's looking away, so I'm going to put energy into that hip and draw the eye. You notice I'm creeping sideways. Good boy. He's looking at something else and not me, so I'm going to push and draw. See if I can't get that hind end to move. He says, I'd rather walk. And I'm going to make sure that he stays turning to the right. By pushing into his hip, I'm pushing his hip and his eye. That keeps him to the right and keeps him from going left to escape. Can I pet you? He says, I'm not quite sure yet. So I'm going to come over here again. So right here, I'm going to... Good job. So that hind end moved. So that's a little better. And the head's low. So I'm going to come up. Now he's going to leave. So I'm going to... There. I wanted to push just that little extra there to see if he'll come to his senses. Now he just reached for me, so it's okay to pet. Okay. So I'm going to end this video right here. I don't know how long it is, but I didn't want it to be too long. I just wanted to introduce you to Red and let you know there'll be more to come on this issue. Right now, you're not seeing any of the problems, and hopefully, if we do our job right, none of those problems will show up. But if they do, we'll get it. Unfortunately, one of the things that we saw yesterday did not get on video. So, unfortunately, you won't get to see the worst of what we saw so far. But again, my name's Ron Johnson of RJ's Farm Horsemanship Communication. This is a combined effort between his previous owner, Lindsay, and Bagaduce River Rescue. So please do look up Bagaduce River Rescue and keep an eye on our YouTube channel for more information. Thanks for watching and stay tuned.